today we are going to harvest boulder cucumber. We are harvesting the cucumber not for consuming but to harvest the seeds so that we can grow the cucumber of this variety, which is called boulder, probably next year as well. So we intentionally didn't consume the cucumber and we let it grow, and it grew really double the size of a picking size. So you can see how big it is right now. So we intentionally kept it just to make sure that it gets ripened so that we can harvest it for seeds. So it is really the double the size of the picking size. If I go to the other side of the plant where it's I can show you the harvesting size. So these are our chili plant, bhoot jolakia, for example, and also the normal chili one. And one of the bhoot jolakia is getting ripened, as you see. So let me show you the picking size there. Yeah, this is the picking size of the boulder cucumber, as you see. So it is smaller than the one that I showed you for harvesting the seeds. The time to pick the boulder cucumber that is ripened. So you can see how big that is, and it is really rock solid. It's really rock solid, as you see. So if I take this one and compare with the picking size, the one that we can eat in salads or maybe we can use it to cook the curry, you can see how big this one is exactly double the size for harvesting the seeds. Yeah, and as I said, it's a really rock solid. Yeah. So now we will show you how to take the seeds and save the seeds for next year so that we can grow the cucumber next year. We are also harvesting some German beans. So as you see, some German beans are growing on the raised bed. So yeah, different types of German green beans. If someone wants to grow beans, it's very easy to grow beans because you don't have to take a lot of care for growing beans. People who has gardens, they can easily produce beans because it's very easy to grow. So now we are trying to harvest the seeds. We are just cutting somewhere in the middle point of the cucumber. And as you can see, probably the seeds are ripened and they are ready to be to be planted for the next year to grow the plants. So now we are scooping the seeds out of the cucumber like you scoop normally the ice cream or something like that. So this is a way that you are not destroying the seeds. So the target is to save as many as seeds possible, so that because when we cut, some of the seeds are already broken, so those won't be. Yeah. So we got. My wife is saying no seeds were destroyed. So it doesn't matter. If you can save 10, 12 or 20 seeds, that's more than enough for a small garden. We planted 2 plants there, right? The two plants gave us almost like 20 cucumbers, more than 20 cucumbers. We shared with many friends, many neighbors. We are really happy. We consumed a lot, many, maybe 10 we consumed, 10 we shared. So it gives an immense enjoyment when you share your vegetables, when you grow them in your own garden with your hard labor. And you have to invest the money also, because you have to buy soil, fertilizer, different things. And then when you share with your friends, you get an enjoyment. So you see it's like a hollow nowadays. There is no more seeds left. So exactly we will do the same with the other half of the cucumber. So normally in Bangladesh we also make curries from the cucumbers, especially with prawns or shrimps. So now we are scooping from the second part, so to collect the seeds.
This one was the top.
Hmm?
It was the top, no?
It was the top part of the cucumber where
So it has less seeds.
less seeds on the top part. When the vine carries the cucumber, on that end you have lesser seeds than the bottom part of the cucumber, because yeah, as you see, if I can show you what I mean, there was the vine, yeah, this green part. So then you have lesser seeds on the top part, but on the bottom part you have more seeds. So you see how many seeds we got. Now what we have to do is that we have to rinse them, and we have to just clean the jelly part from the seeds. Now we are putting in a water, just a normal temperature water, so that we can rinse them, clean them, and we want to get rid of the jelly part surrounding the seeds, so that we have dry seeds. So we are putting them in the water. I think they are all ripened, yeah. The seeds are really good. I hope so. Can you give me one? Maybe I can show it to them. Yeah, for example, you see these are very solid seeds. So they will be good for growing. I mean, I've heard, I don't know, because this is the first time we are harvesting the seeds for cucumber, and I have read somewhere that if you harvest for one time, the seeds remain really strong for the next 4 years. Means the seeds that we are trying to make now, that if we don't plant them next year, we don't have to, for at least 4 years we can use them. Yeah. Now this is the third time rinsing or third time wash of the seeds. So this was the second time after scooping the seeds. After scooping the seeds from the cucumber, we put it in a water on this bowl, this bowl, and now we are rinsing it again to get rid of the jellies that is surrounding the seeds. Now you can see the seeds are really clean and clear. After that, we will just separate the water. We will just throw a colander.
Wait sometimes and put.
We will wait maybe 1-2 hours. Then we will just pass the water through a colander, and then we put the seeds on a baking paper so that they get dried. Otherwise, if you try to dry them on a kitchen roll or a kitchen tissue paper, the seeds really get stuck on the kitchen roll. So we don't want to do that. So we will use a baking paper, because that doesn't attach the seeds. I mean, the adherence property of the seeds don't adhere to the baking paper, but it does adhere to the kitchen tissues. So now after 3-4 hours, I mean, the seeds are under the water. We have soaked we put them in the water. So now we are passing through a colander and just collecting the seeds, just to make sure that there is no more those jelly things. We're rinsing them again. Now, now from the oven, I took the old baking paper. I will just use this. I will just put the seeds on this so that they don't get attached to the paper, and later on I can just save them in a Ziploc bag and put in a dry place so that we can use it for next year. Many good seeds. Hopefully they are good. I mean, the cucumber was really ripened, so, and healthy. The plant is still healthy, so I'm very much hopeful that every seed is good seed, and I will use maybe at most 10 seeds to grow the plant next year. So that's all. Now I'm putting just near the window side so that I can dry them up. After, as I said, when they're dried, I will just put them in a Ziploc bag and put it in a dry and not so warm and in a cold, dry place. Not cool, I mean, like, not cold means like 2 degrees 5 degrees Celsius, like a room temperature cold place, not in a hot like 40 degrees centigrade or 30 degrees centigrade. That's not available here because it's a cold country. And make sure that there is not so much moisture where I place them, where I stored them. So this is how you harvest the seeds of cucumbers for growing them next year or the years to come. So my viewers, after some days the cucumber seeds are dried. I mean, I put it on the baking paper as you have seen in the last video clip. And now after putting them on that baking paper and spreading them, keeping them spreaded on the baking paper for 3-4 days, now it is totally dry. Now I put them in a Ziploc bag, as like in the market they sell the cucumber seeds. Those are the same quality. So I'm just putting it on the corner of the house where I kept my seeds. So it's in the room temperature and it should stay for till summer, yeah. Till I plant them next year. So this is how you harvest a cucumber and make seeds from it. So I hope this video was an educational video for people who are a garden starter like me. So that will help them. That's everything. Thank you. Take care. Bye.